Welcome to Circuits, and in this video we'll be seeing, we'll be creating a scroll effect like this one. So we have seen many websites where they have this kind of effect where you scroll a little bit, no much how much you scroll, it just snaps to the next element, like the next div or anything like that. So as you can see here, I'm like scrolling a large or a little, but it just snaps to a different element or the div that expands to the whole viewport. Now this kind of effect is very good when you want your user to like just focus on one page or one element. So here we'll be seeing how we can achieve this, and it's like very simple. There is an article about this from CSS Tricks. I'll link that in the description if you want to refer that. So that's where I learned about this. So before any further ado, let's get started. So for anything we want, first we will be creating the basic stuff. That is, we'll create a folder. Let's name it scroll snap yt, and I'll just cd into scroll snap yt. Now I'll create the two basic files that are index.html and style.css, and I'll open my VS Code in it. So that is the most basic thing we'll be doing. Now here let's code some basic HTML. I'm using the emit extension, so if you are wondering about that, and I'll just create another div with the class container. I'll explain why I'm creating this, but let's see if the HTML is rendering or not. Let's start my live server. I'm using the live server extension here also. So as you can see, everything works fine. Now, so how does it work? Let me do that again. So what you're seeing right now, it is divided into two divs, if I say. So first one is the container one, and the other, like these different divs, the elements are like pages, are like children of this container div. So it is like a nested thing. So there is a scroll type for the container, and there is a scroll align, like when you scroll, where should the next element or the div should be aligned. So the top one is the start, the bottom one is the end, and the center one is the center. So that is the basic terminology for all, like the basic stuff that is happening at the back. So let's create our different divs. We'll name it like class 1. It will have like a h1 tag, h1, not html, h1 where we'll see it like first page. No, first, not first. Okay, first, then we'll name s2. So the second, okay, h1 again. Second page, and again the third page. So yeah, again h1, third page, capital T. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it's running out. Nice. Now the second thing we want to do is do the styling. Okay, so let's get started. So the container's height would be like, we want it to span across the viewport, the whole viewport. So we'll be doing 100 VH. That means 100% of the height of the viewport. So it is like dynamic. If you're rendering the page on a 1080 by 1920, or 9020 by 990, whatever you say, or into like 1280 to 720 pixels screen. So no matter what the screen size is, it will just adjust everything according to that and cover the whole 100% of the screen width. Okay, so it's just for convenience and the look. So we don't want it to expand outside the viewport, and so the different divs will be like of different sizes. We don't want that. We want it to be like a fixed size and it just spans across the viewport. So that makes sense, I hope. The next thing, we want every div that is inside the container to have same height, that is div that is 100 VH. So we'll do that 100 VH, and we want display flex, why not, to center out the H1 tags we have just written inside the childs. So that is that. Justify align, we'll do the basic stuff, that is justify content center, align item center. We want the color to be white, and let's target the different classes. So we'll just have different background colors so we can see that the scroll snapping is working fine. So we'll just do that. And anything else? No, I don't think so. To background color, something that is not white and yet is good in looking. What is? Yeah, it works fine, I guess. Something that is kind of blue, because blue is a good color. Why not? Okay, I think that works. Let's see. It doesn't work. Okay, yeah. Why should it work? We haven't linked our style sheet. So we'll do that here. Style sheet. The link for the style sheet. And there you go. As you can see, it looks just fine. But we have to deal with this extra padding or margin. For that, we will target our body because that's where it is, the default margin and padding. So we'll just do margin 0, padding 0, and that should work. Yeah, so this is fine. We'll also give a font family something good. Okay, it's good. It is good. It looks good. So yeah. Now let's get to the part where we want to do the scroll snap and all that stuff. So for that, we want first, we have to like overflow Y, and it should be like scroll type. So this is one thing. Another thing is scroll snap type. So what kind of scroll snap do we need? Do we want to scroll in the X direction or the Y direction? Like we are doing the vertical thing, so it will be Y, and there are like two kinds, mandatory or proximity. So in the mandatory is whenever you scroll a little bit, it just snaps to the next element. Now in the proximity, you have to scroll to a specific pixels, and it will be like 51% rule kind of thing. So you have to like scroll more than half of the current element of the div, and after that it will snap the next element into the view. But in mandatory, it doesn't need that. You just have to like scroll once or scroll many times. It just like whenever the scroll event happens, it just snaps the other element to the view. So that is that. Now does it work? No, because there is one more thing, that is where we want to align when the scroll snap occurs. So where we want to align our elements, the children elements, when the scroll snap happens. So for that we have another property. So we'll do that inside the child div. So the first one was in the container div, that is the parent div. Now here the children div. child. So scroll snap type. So the type would be, no, not type, align. My bad. Align would be start, because we want to align it to the topmost to the topmost. So that is that, and I guess that should work. You see, I'm scrolling just enough, like no matter how much I scroll, like I scroll once and it just snaps to the next child, and it works the vice versa. Isn't it great? It just gives like a whole new thing to a website. Like a website starts to feel different from any other regular sites, just because of these two properties and a structure of child and parent. So that is all. Let me know in the comments if you like this, and if you want any other kind of CSS kind of things you want me to try. So let me know that too into the comment, and if you like the video, smash the like button, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Till then, I'll meet you in the next video. Bye bye.